Good afternoon, and what is a cool, now bright and blustery day. It is Monday, the 13th of November, and I'm in the reading Nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a box to continue unboxing. Now, what I've got in here is a sheaf, a handful of releases for Free RPG Day, which took place on June 24th, 2023. So you're going to be asking yourselves, what am I doing with this big thick bundle of Free RPG Day releases when that took place months ago? Well, what typically happens on Free RPG Day is that Dave Salisbury at Fanboy 3 very kindly provides me with physical copies of the releases, which I will then review and unbox and talk about on my blog and support the event, and also, the publishers in releasing these titles. I was only able this year to provide me with a handful of those titles, but fortunately I was at Grog Meet this last weekend, and Paul and Thea, all rolled up, kindly was able to provide me with some of the rest. So I could do some unboxings, I can talk about these, and then I can do a proper review of those that I've not already reviewed. Which of those, so essentially what I've got here is Hecking Good Doggos, Taste of the Moon for Vampire 5th edition from Renegade Game Studios, the Storm Eels Rest adventure for the 5th edition version of Legends of the Five Rings from Edge Studio, another 5th edition adventure, but this is a more generic one, Heist Museum from Look Battle Maps. Yet another Dungeons & Dragons adventure, this one for Animal Adventures from Steam Forged Games, which you play anthropomorphic cats and dogs. And lastly, penultimately, Hacksaw Dell QuickStart for Root, the role-playing game, published by Magpie Games. And that leaves DragonBane QuickStart Guide, published by Free League Publishing. So, DragonBane is a fun and fast D20 based fantasy role-playing game. D20 based, it's its own system, it's not Dungeons and Dragons. Although, to be fair, it is influenced by Dungeons and Dragons because it was originally a Swedish role-playing game. It still is, but influenced by Dungeons and Dragons back in 1982. So, DragonBane is a fun and fast D20 based role-playing game coming later this year from Free League Publishing, known for award-winning titles such as the Alien role-playing game, The One Ring, Forbidden Lands, and Bourge. DragonBane is a game full of magic, mystery, and adventure designed for fast play with very little prep time and adventures that are a breeze to run. This is an RPG with a room for laughs at the table and even a pinch of silliness at times, while at the same time offering brutal challenges for the adventurers. As you can see, it is very blustery out here. So we call this playstyle Mirth and Mayhem Roleplaying. The quick start includes condensed rules, a complete adventure, and 5 pre-generated characters. All you need to roleplay is a few dice and your imagination. The complete DragonBane box set will be launched later this year, and it has been. Includes a full game rules, custom dice and cards, standees, maps, rules for solo play, and a complete campaign with no less than 11 thrilling adventures. Learn more about DragonBane and other games at freeleaguepublishing.com. So, there we go. And there, essentially, what you've got is an illustration of what's going to be in the starter set, which you will be able to buy now, which I'm hoping to do a full review of in due course. So we open up with the content, the credits page, and an introduction to who you are, the players, the game master, how time is measured, and how to start playing, and how to roll the dice. But you have a great piece of artwork there, a typical kind of towering castle there, which you really want to go and investigate. The adventure doesn't do that, I know, because I have reviewed the adventure. Reviews that link down there, but that's kind of the vista that you're going to look. So yeah, great artwork, reminiscent of the same style as the other role-playing game from Free League Publishing, which is Vaesen. So yeah, so the lead illustrator is Johan Ergerskrans, who's responsible for illustrating Vaesen anyway. So his style throughout, but done in a fantasy style. So we've got the basic rules here, and you can see more of his artwork. And this breaks down your player character, how it works. So profession, attributes, skills, derived attributes, and so on. Heroic abilities, elements like that. Then we have advice on how to roll the dice. And what happens when you roll a dragon, i.e. when you roll a natural 20, and you roll oh, hold on, rolling a dragon is actually, DragonBane, of course. Wrong way around. Rolling a 1 is rolling a dragon, and rolling a demon is a natural 20. Using boons and banes and how to push your roll. So you've got a little bit of adjustment there for more modern mechanics. And then how combat works, rounds and initiative. Again, I'm going to keep going back to the artwork. It is great. Action and movement. You know, I look at this and I go, I almost wish I could review it again, but I can't. Because I reviewed it when it was originally released, and then because it was released as a PDF, and then we all tried it and went, this is good. And then we've got more artwork, this time for melee combat, and then ranged combat, and then inflicting damage and conditions upon your, the NPCs and the player characters. Healing and resting, and other hazards, including there's a fear table, and then monsters. That's one of the monsters. Got a nice big dragon there, and how monsters are presented in the game. Before we get on to magic, and a surprisingly blank page there, but that's actually for the pull-out section for the map. This is the actual destination, essentially. You know, this is the area that the player character is going to be investigating as part of the scenario, including the scenario. So we've got an explanation of the schools of magic, how magic works in the game, and a list of the spells. You know, just for this quick start, because it doesn't need very many. You know, magic. You know, fireball, gust of wind, pillar, and there actually is casting almost a fireball there, but it's dragon shaped. Because hey, in a game called DragonBane, you definitely want to drag a dragon-shaped fireball. And then onto the adventure itself, which is Riddermound. Explains the situation, gives you the locations, a few random events to throw at your player characters. And then so you've got, for example, you've got like here are how the monsters are presented. So you've got a giant spider. Okay, so there's the giant spider being fended off by some goblins there. And then the monster attacks are actually done randomly. You roll on this to see from one turn to the next to see what kind of attack or action the monster will undertake. And this is sort of like really kind of first seen in Forbidden Lands. But it's also been incorporated into other Free League publishing role-playing games. So the same kind of thing for the vampire bats as the player characters descend below the mound. Encounter the crypt, so you've got like a grub there, and encounter the lady in the crypt, so she's got her full stats and description, and then the options that she'll do from one turn to the next. So for example, she might do Ghost Strike. The ghost lunges at player character within 10 meters and strikes with great force. Okay, or Ghost Scream, the undead face contorts into a horrible grimace and lets out a scream which chills the souls of all adventurers within 10 meters, and they all suffer a fear attack. So you've got Ladies' Hall, and then the Tomb of the Dragon Knight, and there he is. There's the essentially you've got the White himself. But basically, no longer a Dragon Knight, it's a Dragon White, and the characters. So we have Archmaster Odin, who is a wizard, and you still got his full stats, and then you've got background on the reverse, and just the same thing for you've got a hunter. There we go. There's an elf hunter, and then this is a mallard Mallard Knight. So you've got the silliness includes it does have ducks in it, and this is one of those illustrations that everyone went, I'm going to get to play a Duck Knight. Can I? Please, 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 please. I want to play the Duck Knight. I played the Wizard when we ran through this, and I did have fun. But the Duck Knight is a lot of fun. And then we have a Halfling Thief, kind of like classic fantasy. And we have, what is he? He is the last one, so I'm just flipping over. He's a Wolfkin. There we go. And that's also, you know, one of the species available also in the Forbidden Lands as well. And so there is some kind of crossover, so there's a degree of similarity there. Again, we come back to the cover, which is very Elric of Melniboné-esque, because, you know, you've got a warrior with a giant sword, white hair. Not saying that's, you know, that's not Stormbringer, but you know, could be. But this is a really nice looking quick start. You're going to play through this in a single session, introduce the rules, give you an idea of what's going to be like to play the box set. And if you haven't played this scenario, you basically go, oh, I'm just going to throw it in with all those sort of like scenarios included in the starter set, in the box set for DragonBane. So yeah, DragonBane QuickStart Guide from Free League Publishing, released at least in physical form for Free RPG Day 2023. Right, well, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box containing a book or game or supplementary, in this case, a quick start released for Free RPG Day 2023, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook, and we'll be back soon with another one. Bye for now.